Hello and welcome to Base Plate Reviews. So today we're going to be doing a review of this LEGO City set 60447, the off-road mountain truck, 221 pieces, and this goes for $20 US, 20 euros, 18 British pounds or 25 Canadian dollars, which is what I picked it up in. So actually very well priced in Canadian dollars. 20 US dollars should work out to about 28 or 29 Canadian, so pretty reasonable. Now what this reminds me of is a set from 6 years ago, which is the Kayak Adventure, just over here. Now that one, fair bit smaller, just 84 pieces, went for $10. This is going for $20, but we can see 221 pieces, obviously doesn't have that big kayak piece and looks a bit more substantial. And we are 6 years later and after a period of significant inflation. So actually 221 pieces, 20 US dollars. Looks well designed from what I can see. Let's take a look at the back of the box and see if it shows us anything else. So what it does show there is that we've got the kind of tow bar, the winch bit at the front. Got a nice, looks like a printed element for a map. And the hood of the car, hood of the truck opens up as well. So this looks like it's going to be potentially a pretty good one. We've already had one really nice LEGO City vehicle so far this year with the donut truck, so I'm hopeful that this one can follow it up nicely. So let's get inside and see what we're working with. What I'm hoping to see here is a couple of bags, a single book of instructions and a minimal sticker sheet. Obviously we've got stickers on the side here and that's going to be replicated on the other side, plus definitely at the rear. I am hopeful though that maybe we can get a print with this piece. I haven't seen any other reviews, but let's get this open, see what we're working with. Like I say, hopefully just 3 or 4 stickers and that would be excellent. Wow, we've actually got 4 bags there. Nice chunky tyres, but yeah, surprised that there's 4 whole bags. Suggests it's going to be a reasonably detailed building experience. In terms of the stickers, we've just got 5 there. So the decals for the car looks like the hood definitely is a sticker, and then we have a sticker for a sleeping bag, it looks like. So yeah, not bad. 5 stickers seems fine to me, and then just the one booklet, fairly chunky in there. So yeah, about 100 pages. So we're looking at a decent build experience, I think, for a 6+ set. And of course got that QR code to be able to register the set or use the app for the building instructions. Anyway, I'm going to get to this, we'll do a speed build and then I'll be back for the review. Because all of this is on Mills plates, you can see that. So we've got a base plate, then a brick, and then the plates are sat on top of that. Easy enough to shift all of this out of the way so we can have a nice clear space for doing the build and then the review. It's a real benefit. I couldn't emphasize just how much I'd advise people to, if they're going to have a city layout, do stuff on Mills plates. It really does make everything a lot easier to kind of deal with. Yes, certainly when you're moving stuff around. But anyway, like I say, got a nice space for actually doing the build now. I'll get this plate just here moved out of the way and then we'll start building. A minute long speed build here, and in terms of the building experience, even though it was a 6+ set, so for fairly young builders, there was no actual chassis piece, it was all brick built, so fairly involved. In terms of what was interesting, there's quite a bit of space in the actual cab itself and then in the rear. You'll see that in the review. Overall, an enjoyable building experience, like most LEGO builds are. our off-road mountain truck then, and this is the second LEGO City set that I've built so far this year. First one being that donut truck, and so far I have to say I think it's a real return to form. I wasn't so up on last year for LEGO City. I think if you weren't into the space theme then it wasn't a great year overall, but this is just, yeah, fantastic for the price point. Looks really great. Say it is a pity that the tiles are not printed. We've seen that LEGO are prepared to do printed 2x6 tiles. We can actually see that on the donut truck just there with these tiles just at the sides, just like here. But they are good colour matches with the stickers, so that's not too much of a problem. There's some good play features in here. I'll show you those in a second, but we've got the winch just there. We've got nice detailing on the sides here showing the kind of ladders to get up to the top, where we've got a couple of boxes, fairly simple, but they're both filled with stuff, and then there's extra bits in the back of the truck as well. We've got a sleeping bag and a shovel. Again, I'll show you those in a second. Just the one minifigure. I think that works for this. You only need one minifigure, but it would have been nice to have maybe seen him with a dog as well to go on his off-road trips with. I think that would have been appropriate for sure. But yeah, it looks good. Priced pretty well. Probably the only bit that I don't like the look of quite so much is the use of these pieces just here for the curved bit at the back. It leads to a very small rear window. I think you'd have some problems if you're reversing around corners if you don't have a camera system in the car. Again, like I say, decent play features. We can pop the hood open pretty readily by using just this, and up comes the hood, and we can have a look in at the engine just there. And with that in mind, there are some tools in these boxes so that we can set the guy up to look at his engine. Hopefully he's not breaking down in the middle of nowhere. This is an off-road mountain truck. One bit that I don't like, and we're pretty used to seeing this, is there is a sticker at the rear, but it's not a number plate or license plate. Now I like to see that. We often see with other sets. I've got the camper van, the RV from a couple of years ago just here. That has the license plate, and it's actually the set number, so 60283, and I think that the initials are often the initials of the designer of the set. Just those kind of nice little Easter eggs, things that we've come to expect. I think that was the same with the donut truck as well. There was no license plate sticker. Even if you're going off-road, you still would normally have these vehicles registered. So, minor gripes. There's plenty of space on the interior there. We'll look at it when I take the roof off in a second, but plenty of space for the driver and the passenger. Yeah, overall, really good stuff. But let's take a look at the minifig and the interior. Starting off with our minifigure then, and this is a perfectly acceptable one. He looks an outdoorsy type. I think we have seen this torso before, maybe in a couple of the Jungle Explorer City sets, representing a photographer, but yeah, it's absolutely fine. What is really good though are the amount of accessories that he gets, and I will talk about that a little bit more. Overall, yeah, this is perfectly okay. So I really wasn't kidding when I said there was lots of play potential with this set. We've got no fewer than 11 accessories here for the minifigure. So we did see the map, nice printed tile there, and the camera that he was holding earlier. In his hands at the moment are a pair of binoculars and a compass. We've got a water bottle, a banana, a sleeping bag. That of course is not printed, that is a sticker on there, but pretty good sticker. We've got some tools down at the front here, so a shovel and a wrench or a spanner. We've got what's supposed to be a first aid kit just there, and then a torch or flashlight just to the side. So most of these things are kept in those storage boxes up on top of the 4x4, but we've got the rear of the vehicle as well for keeping stuff, And also there's some studs and space on the seat next to the driver as well. So yeah, really good. Definitely at the price point you're looking at a lot of play potential for younger builders. Yeah, I think this is top draw really. So really easy to put all of these accessories away. I've fitted all of the accessories into these 2 storage boxes, apart from the shovel and the sleeping bag, which are just in the back of the vehicle there. And then I've got the map on the studs just to the side of the driver just there. Pretty useful when you're navigating. So the suggested way of having it is everything apart from the camera in here, but the camera fits pretty easily. Easy to put the panels back on top to enclose them. Yeah, this is really good stuff actually. Very well designed. In terms of the interior then, the best bit about this really is that there's space for 2 minifigures, and they've used the right type of tiles, right type of jumper tiles to be able to fit those in there. We've got a little printed dash just down there. I think that's pretty good. In terms of the rear, there's no studs in here, so these are all flat tile pieces. I think that works absolutely fine. There's plenty of space. Of course, there's plenty of space partly because they haven't had to build any doors. It doesn't open at the rear. That would have been a bit better, I think. And again, like I say, not too keen on this shaping, but it hasn't compromised the space too much. Yeah, overall, pretty good. Very pleased that you can easily fit 2 minifigures beside each other. In terms of play features, obviously you can pop that hood open, and that's pretty useful. Easy to pop back down, and then you can just reset the bit just here. But the main bit is probably this winch, this tow winch, and there's some decent tensile strength there. So it takes a bit to pull it out, and that means that if you do attach it to something and then pull it along, it's not just going to unravel from here. It is a little bit tricky to rewind it back in, but I'm sure that most of the people who are going to be playing with this have nice small children's hands, and they'll be able to do it a bit more easily than me. But yeah, it takes a little bit of doing. Probably do need to just lift the vehicle up and wind it in. It doesn't go too easily, but that's not a bad thing. Like I say, it means that when you're towing something or pulling something, pulling a log, pulling another vehicle, it's not going to just unravel this as you try and pull it along. Yeah, really good set. Final thoughts then. Well, I have to say that 2025 started off really well for Lego City. This isn't perfect. There are things that I would change. Definitely these stacks at the back just there, these columns, yeah, far too big. Definitely a bit problematic. In terms of this kind of light at the top, the spotlight, the bar, I think that could have been much more ostentatious than just a bar. We could have used some pieces like these just here to do something a bit wilder, a bit more fun. But you know, that's kind of minor quibbles. Overall, it's really good. I would have liked to seen him with a dog, and with that in mind, I've brought out the Malamute, the husky type dog that was with one of the CMF minifigs a couple of years back. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much to complain about. Lots and lots of play features, functionality. It looks good in that sand green. I think it's some really good contrast colours with the dark orange as well. I think overall, just a great set. Happy with the price point. Definitely bearing in mind that we've had north of 20% inflation over the past 5 years. So yeah, not a lot to complain about. Really strong start to the year, and I think that in terms of vehicles, Lego City's where it's at. Definitely above even Speed Champions, really. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the review. and it's been useful to you. If it has, then please do leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And with that, I'll leave you and say, as always, be good.